Hi guys, welcome back to my studio. My name is Beatrice Ajayi. I'm an artist based in Glasgow in Scotland, and here on my channel I like to share what I get up to in my art studio. Welcome back. I hope you had a really good weekend. I spent mine putting this hair in, and so I haven't been in the studio until today. Today is Monday. I'm trying to think what the date is. Let me just check my okay, let's check my watch. The 22nd, Monday the 22nd. So yeah, over the last week I was in between coming into the studio, also working on my hair, and this is what I have ended up putting on my head, and I really like it. I had to trim it. This was really long. Actually, what happened is I had half of a certain kind of hair left. So this top curlier one, I had some of that left, like 2 bundles, and then I added a different color on the bottom, and it's a different style because this one is actually currently unavailable, and I think it's been like that for the last year and a half, 2 years. It's been a while. So this was kind of extra I had, which I decided to add to a different design at the bottom, so I had to work on that. But yeah, if you check out my daily vlogs from the last week, you'll see what I looked like previously, and then this is what I've got in right now. So yeah, I'm happy with it, and yeah, I love it. So it's going to be in here for a little while hopefully, and then I will change that to something else. I'm trying to use up the ones I have at home, and then I might go back to just having my own hair for a while. But for now I'm enjoying this because the different projects I've got coming up, I don't want to have to be thinking about some other things like, you know, my hair that much. Though it's not that hard to look after my own hair, it's just that I like to just have this color in for now, and whatever the other color is I will use up as well, and then we'll see where I go from there. But it is a lot of work. I'm actually starting to take a lot longer to put these in than I used to, because I'm trying not to stress myself out by doing it like over 2 days. Sometimes I would just braid the whole thing in 1 day, and that is a lot. So I've kind of cut down how much time I spend doing that. So I'm just going to put my apron on. Do I need to do this now? Actually, I'd said to you last week that I wanted to deal with the corner where I have some papers, so maybe I should try doing that today. So I wouldn't necessarily need my apron. If I was going to paint, then this would be useful to have. So let's see how far I get with working on my papers, and then we'll see what else we can add, basically, is what I'm saying. So here I have the papers. I need to tidy some things away from this area, basically. I have a lot of random card bits that I still keep because I'm thinking if I'm going to paint on something, I want to have some kind of throwaway surface sometimes, and not necessarily paint my desk or anything like that. So I still always have these. So I'm going to pile these up and try and tidy it. I might do a time lapse actually for this bit so that it's not too long. If not, I'm going to just be chatting through what I'm doing. But basically I'm trying to tidy this area up. That is what I'm trying to do. But we'll see. So this is a print I had. Actually, I'm not going to do a time lapse. This is a print that I had from some time ago, and I still have this little character here as well. I have little characters that I created some like years ago, and I still have them available. So as I go through my studio, I'm always tidying these away. So I have a collection of them in here. So I'll just put that in there. And then sometimes I get like my Christmas cards from before, or like other cards, and I'll add them into paintings. So these are like some Christmas cards I got from friends like last year, and so I will put these into, and this is why I end up collecting so many different papers, because I like to store things in case I use them. And I'm trying to be a bit more strict with myself on this, but it's still taking me some time because I have so many ideas that I like to work on. Right, I'm gonna put this over here. So how are you guys doing? I hope you had a really good weekend. I, as I said, was doing my hair, so that was what mine was taken up with mainly. I have this box here that let me just put some stuff in the bin because I've got some, this is a shoebox, and I might store some papers in this as well. But also in the shoeboxes, you know, like when you get boxes, you get the shoe fillers as well. And there's some tissue paper here as well. And I like to keep these. I can add them back into my paper, like my artwork as well, because I like to do mixed media art. So I can keep them and use them back into my artwork. So I'm just gonna fold that neatly. So these are like the manual parts of working in the studio. Let me just see if I can straighten this out. It feels a bit, let me raise it up as well a little bit. So yeah, these are the manual parts of working in the art studio. Is going through things, tidying them, deciding what you want to use them for. But I'm enjoying the process because all of this will be really useful for later. So if I just fold it like that, then it's ready to be used for collage. So I'll put it back in the shoebox and then I'll start looking through this. I have this artwork that I did some time ago as well, sitting on top of that. So I'll put this in the storage area. At some point I'll take it into the shop because I have so many things in there that I kind of see what I have to take in as I go along. So I'll just put this away. So trying to think of where I want to put things. These are some other pieces I've been working on as well. So this girl here, she might change quite a bit because I come back to some of the pieces later on and I'm not sure if I like the way they are or I want to add some other elements. I like this one. But as I look at them again, I start to see if I want to change their eyes or different things about them. Like looking at them in here, the mirror version, I can see areas I'd want to change. But I had fun some weeks ago just basically working on these one after the other, because I like to do them in batches sometimes when I'm just in the mood. So yes, I'm talking to you guys over this past few days and there seems to be less painting, but when I get into painting, I batch them. I really like go for it. So this is all part of the process, and it's like sometimes I take a break by doing other things in the studio, like tidying other things. So yeah, I really like these ones. So the theme was to add butterflies in very specific pronounced areas like collage elements. Also I've added like some leaves here, some pressed leaves, and I will keep going with it and building on it and then creating really cute characters. So where do I want to put this? I might start something. Let me just bring you down, well, make you look down here. There we go. So I might start an area where I actually start putting my flat pieces. Let me see if I can put it the other way actually. Yeah, I can. So I might start putting some of my flatter pieces in here. I've got some more prints, so I'm going to put these away again. I've got quite a lot of prints actually. Let me see. I have this here. Actually, I've got something up there I could put these prints in. I keep changing my mind, but this is what happens as I go along. So I have a whole batch of prints here as well that I have available still to put in the shop. So I kind of like change my things around now and again if they are not working, well, if they're not selling on time. So I've got other prints there that are available in the shop, but just clear my throat. I've just come straight in after dropping the kids off and I've not had breakfast. I've not drank anything. My throat is a bit croaky. But yeah, I really love this one. This girl in the chrysalis. So a lot of different ones here that I'm going to package away. But I really love, there was a time, as I said, it's a series. I work in series and they were all similar kind of styles of glittery, shiny, sparkly effects on my characters, which is always a mainly portraiture of girls or women That's what I am. But at the same time as well, I did have to try and acknowledge that I do have a son, so I do have work that are kind of geared towards also my boy as well. But let's see, so there's a little ballerina. I had a ballerina series. Let me see. Yep, there's another one. I think I've shown this one already. But yeah, I had a series of like ballerina pieces as well. I'll pack these away up there. I've not got my stool here. Let me see if I can fit around and actually put this where I want to put it. I'm trying to be very specific so that I don't waste the opportunity to do things correctly. So put it up, but I'll need to straighten it out. But it's gone where it needs to go, so it's just to keep going. I have some of these cello sleeves that I had other pieces in, and sometimes I'm tempted to keep them, but they feel really raggedy right now, so I'm thinking I'm going to throw this away because I don't know really if the standard of what I want to put in here is going to work with this anymore. So I'm really having to come to terms with making decisions and really just having to be very strict with myself, because if not, I will be having a lot of items that I don't need to have. So these are also some of my stickers for my artwork once I've done them, original artwork labels. So I need to, let me see, let me put it this way. Yeah, original artwork labels. So I'm just going to put it somewhere accessible. Yeah, maybe this top one. And then some more prints, I think, here. Yeah, so I've got more prints like this one. I really love this one as well. So she's on the back of a bird and she is going on a journey. They're going on a journey. Is there some written words? Yeah, there's some written words I put on the neck of the bird. I don't know if you can see it, but here there's some writing as well. But yeah, some more prints. And because I don't want this to get ruined, I'm going to put it in one of these flat ones for now. And then I have some more packaging that I'm going to use backing board of some sort. I'll put it with the mounts that I have just here. This brown paper can be used for collage. So this was like one that I brought home from the Scottish Design Exchange that had some of my greeting cards in it that I have to price correctly again. But I can use this as collage in artwork. Maybe the next time or some point this week, I'll have a session of creating something, doing the collage, and then painting over it. So I'll set myself up for that and show you that process, because I really want to start sharing actual painting time with you guys as well. But then I'm really enjoying tidying the studio. So yeah, this is a drawing I did. I think it's a print of a drawing I did years ago of this. This is how I used to draw. I think I've shared this in some of my posts, like in my vlogs earlier on, but this is how I used to draw, just black and white, no color. And so this was a A3 print of one of my older drawings. And I just used to use like a black pen on paper and just draw black and white. So I used a lot of pattern in what I was creating because I wasn't using color. But in order to differentiate what areas were, I would use pattern. So in like his headgear here, and then I'd try and replicate it on the other side. So it was a lot of attention, trying to put a lot of attention to detail. Her hair, you can see the lines, just repetitive. And yeah, and her collar on her neck, her outfit. So yeah, I really enjoy using line a lot. So this piece now, what would I do with it? I am actually going to use this for collage because and you're about to cry and scream probably, but I'm going to rip it up. Maybe I shouldn't do it on TV, on the, not TV. Maybe I shouldn't do it on here, on YouTube, because there will be probably a collective scream. I don't know. But I have been trying to embed my old artwork into newer work. And specifically, this is an old printed on a very affordable paper. And you can see the crinkles on it because I haven't cared for it. And the time has gone where basically I've been putting it in piles of paper and it's got increased. So I like to put it back into, like as collage, back into my more recent work. And I don't know, it's a thing for me personally to feel like I'm not wasting it. It's still with me. It's in there. You know, if anyone dug deep into any of the paintings, this will still be in there. So I'll put this aside for now, but it's going to be a collage in some of my artwork. And different parts of it will maybe show, maybe not. So I'll put that aside for now. But even like little pieces of my notes, like this, seriously, I will. Also, what I do is when I get little bits like this that I want to use again, because I just don't like throwing paper away. I don't care what paper it is. And then I look at all the details, like this little bits of writing from some kind of notes on this. And I will use that as part of my visual aesthetic, as something that inspires me in the creative process. Even this shape in the middle of it there might let another piece of colored paper through that might look a specific way. I'll show you that in a minute. I'll give you an example. So like this one, I was testing out some pens on this to see what pens work, and I'm going to use that as collage. So that's how I kind of am very carefree with how I create. I just reuse things. So what example did I want to give? Right. Right, let me just find paper that I haven't done anything with. There's just patterns on it mostly. No, these have like designs on them. I want something that is more abstract. Right, so like I have like this one. I think I showed this last week as well. So like this paper, for example, if I put this on this, you can see that it has cut into this whole design here. And you can see that form. So I like things like that where I can use these, I can just collage this onto this straight and just break into this design. And then I have this different part and this aesthetic. So I just love keeping every bit. I don't know why, but it speaks to me, so it stays. That's basically it. It's like if I see a piece of paper, I'm like, ooh, I could do this with that. It just stays. But I'm being strict with myself because I want to be able to use all the papers, like I'm saying. So if I organize them, then when I come to that, you know, situation of wanting to actually create, I can just pick up a box, because that's what I want to do. I want to have them ready so that if I say, right, I want to collage today, I just pick up a box and then start working with what's in the box. And also another thing in the future, further down the line, the more organized I get, maybe color coordinate them as well, so there'll be similar colors in the box. So that's the kind of place I'm heading with all of these decisions that I'm making in tidying. So I know where I want to go with it. So yeah, so this was another one of the pieces that I attempted to create with watercolor on my coloring pages. But as I said, you can see that it's kind of like smudged. The lines kind of bled a bit. So, but this one I tried with watercolor as well, and I liked it, but it's just that I think coloring pencils for now. So, but I'm going to reuse this card. So I will collage on this. I'll probably put like, I could put a layer of modeling paste, gel medium, and I can always even oil paint on this paper after that. So I need to cover all of it with like modeling paste or gel medium, let it dry, and I can paint with oil paints on this as well with those layers on it. So I'll keep that in the box as well so that I can reuse it. So this piece is like a photocopy of something. I've used some of it. I'll keep that as well. So this kind of like, it seems like mundane tasks, but these little snippets actually give me inspiration for things I could do. Sometimes while I'm doing this, I will just cut and run halfway through because some inspiration is just too strong to leave, and I will find the paper and I will glue it down instantly. But I am trying to tidy this area. That is the agenda for today, so I'm being very specific. So let's see what my progress is so far. I took away the picture, I've taken away the art print. I'm still working on this. This was like a piece of paper for inspirations of like ideas of subject matter elements I can bring into a painting. Again, I can tear this up and I can use it as collage. So that's how simple I keep it. Even my scribbles, my sketches, I can put them back in. And I feel like I'm putting in a part of myself. So that's really the way I view like my artwork. You know, people, when they buy the work, I get in a part of the artist. So to me, that's exciting. It feels like a little quiet shared secret that is happening. I've got like all this plastic that I need to get rid of. So yeah, a little like bit of information I have about myself on this leaflet here. So let's put that in the drawer. Bits of an art palette as well. So I like having these as well. I'm trying to think, where did I put some scissors? Because I can cut it and make it accessible to what I want to do. So I've got scissors. Got small scissors here. I was looking for bigger ones actually. So I'm just going to cut this up because I feel like it would be good to have it in smaller pieces for whenever I want to paint with it. But this was like a palette and it's acrylic paint on it. So I'm just going to cut it into 4 parts and then just put it into the box. That's it. And I can use this on, what can I use it on? Like bookmarks, like all the different little details on it. It just adds, it's already a painted surface that I can use. So I'm just adding things into the box. It's not very full yet. I need to keep going. So yeah, and this one is another piece. So all these things are on this trolley that I'm trying to make more organized. Little biscuit tins that I'm going to cut some papers and put into as well. So these were really handy. I like to keep them as well. So this was like a Christmas biscuit set. Put that over there. This one I started some time ago actually, and I haven't continued. So I'm going to put her in with the other ones in this drawer because then she can be flat and ready for whenever I come back to paint her. So I've already started with oil paint on this, on the paper. So I put like a gel medium layer first, and then I started with oil paint. So this one is dried. The layer I added is dried. So I need to come back and add more layers and work on her as well. So I'm just taking off some of the masking tape on the back so it doesn't stick onto the other paintings I'm about to put her with in the drawer. So let me just a bit lower so you can see them. I put them there. I'm gonna put her here as well. So what else? Ooh, okay. I have these papers that I have been I cut to size because I'm going to do some paintings on them. And what it is that I what was it I did again? Yeah, that was it. I collaged a whole bunch of papers together, and what else as well? Tissue papers, all sorts of different papers on a really big sheet that I'd glued together. So you can see the masking tape on the back. I glued that together. And then what I did next was, let me just lift you up. What I did next was paint it with lots of different paints, textured it with also modeling paste. Let me show you an example of that. Modeling paste, stencils. So I stenciled some modeling paste onto this area. So I've kind of got a textured feel on it as well, and then also stamped onto this as well, spray painted. I did a whole bunch of stuff. So I have all these square sheets already ready to paint on. And the reason is because I cut them to size. Let me see if I can find what it is. I cut these to size to fit. I just put them in this drawer as well, but let me show you what I cut them. I cut them to size to fit into these mounts that I have. And these mounts have like my tags in them. Let me just see where that way. Like they have these tags in them that are art prints. But what I'm going to do, like, I'm going to have these available for sale for a while. And if they are not going and as fast as I want them to go, I will replace these prints with original work. So that's why I've cut those papers to size so that I was thinking of doing that. I was thinking of creating some original art pieces and reusing these mounts. So that's why I cut these. Let me show you. So they would fit into this mount space. So I've made them a bit larger, yes, so you'd get more for your money if you took them out of this mount and redid them, but I just wanted to have them available. Or I could buy new mounts, but I'm trying to use what I already have, and if I feel like they're not shifting sales wise, if they're too slow, I change things up. And so that always keeps me going, and I'm always inspired because I just love making textures and backgrounds. And this is with like some tissue paper and yeah, just different papers. But also, it just looks amazing, to be honest. Like close up, it looks amazing, the textures on it. But I'd love to paint something like on this one. So I have all these prepped to use and ready to go as part of what I'm doing in the studio all the time. Is like getting things organized and then I can use them. So that's why I'm going through this area here so that it can be more organized. So I've got another one here again that I painted some time ago, and I'm going to add it to this list of paintings in the drawer. So also what I wanted to say is this is basically what I'm going to be doing for the next maybe hour. I'll give a time, before I go and have breakfast. I usually try and have my breakfast, say, latest 10:30. So I kind of come in straight away because I don't really feel like eating straight away. So I'll come in, so I'll put that there. I'll come in and then I will basically just do some work. And I would have set my timer for 10:30. So I'll work away and then I will go and get some breakfast once that alarm goes off. So yeah, you'll find me here basically working away until that's happened. But that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. As I said, these are my daily vlogs that I have here for you guys, and I'm enjoying sharing them with you and showing a little bit of what I'm getting up to in the studio. And it's been fun. It's been fun sharing with you guys. But as I said before as well, please ask me any questions if you have anything that you're wondering about. And also, please do subscribe. And also, I'll put as much information as I can. Also, my Instagram details in the description below as well. But if you have any other questions, my name is Beatrice Ajayi, based in Scotland. And I will speak to you guys tomorrow, Tuesday, basically. But yeah, I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying sharing with you guys on these daily vlogs like this. And hopefully I can keep them up even, if we like do a trip as well away or anything like that. We'll see. I'll try and figure it out. I might adjust that slightly for those days just for privacy issues. But yeah, I am enjoying these. This is more my groove, to be talking to you guys daily. It's not easy because I'm trying to make sure that I'm showing you something I'm doing very strategically, but I am enjoying myself. So I'm going to keep going with this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And hopefully I'll have something else to show you tomorrow, of the improvement of this area maybe. So I'm going to do that. See you guys. And please find time to do something creative because it's so much fun. So much fun. Bye-bye. Bye.